Hot take, most people with kids are just Mr. and Mrs. Average. I'm 28 and enjoy my freedom. Um, I struggle with the concept of children. It's not as easy as you've put it. But I do relate to you a lot in that life is very much more easily affordable when I don't have children. Now, I do want children, namely a son to carry on my legacy. You understand? Raymond Isaiah the fourth, and yeah, he will be a great man, probably an athlete most likely. You understand? Yeah. One of them leagues, yeah, we gonna get the bag, but um, yeah, children cost money. Healthcare costs money. School costs money. Child care costs money. Stay at home moms are got to sacrifice. Stay at home dads got to sacrifice time and career opportunities and inflation and experience. Student loans, you know, kids want to go to different colleges and all these things. I'm like, no, you should go to the military. I don't want to go to the military. Like, I can't control my child after a certain age. I'm not going to debt. Like, hey, you want student loans? Good luck, man. The Air Force will pay you to go to school, or you can go get student loans. That's your choice. But yeah, children are different. They're different. The question I always ask is like, all right, so if you want to be rich, your school teacher makes 30 grand a year, not adjusted for inflation. Your school teacher is broke. There are college professors in San Francisco living in their cars. Look it up. Like you just San Francisco a professor. She lives in her car. She can't afford rent in San Francisco, and she's a college professor. Her student loans are whooping ass, belt to ass on student loans, and y'all expect these poor people to teach your children how to become rich. So now you got to pay for private school so you can actually get the actual education that they've been hiding from you when you don't go to private school. You go to public school, they're going to teach you about evolution and how cows came on land or whales came on land or cows went in the water. We don't know which came first. We still haven't figured out chicken or egg, alligator or egg, male or female. We don't know which one came first, but that's what they're going to teach you in public school. They're going to teach you that the world is just spinning. The world is round and spherical when all of us can see with our own two eyes that the earth is flat. It's flat. Believe what you want. There are consequences to belief. And I care deeply about who is teaching anyone from my lineage. Oh my goodness. I'll most likely homeschool my children, most likely. Um, we're gonna study wisdom. We will be studying wisdom. We will be studying the markets. We will be studying microstrategy in the business, portfolios and what have you. Like, yeah, MicroStrategy was the first company to hold Bitcoin on the balance sheet. We're going to study that. We're going to study the losing companies, the companies that went out of business, the ones that went bankrupt. We're going to study cause and effect. We're going to study quantum mechanics. We're going to study the mind and how, as you think, so are you. What you believe about the world is a confession of your own character. We're going to study wisdom. We're going to study the strategies of war. We're going to study sound military tactics. And then I'll send my son to Dagestan for 2 or 3 years and forget. Leave him. Go to Dagestan, man. Go to Dagestan, man. We're gonna learn some jujitsu, self-defense. We're gonna learn how to shoot. We're gonna learn about solar panels and AC to DC, and we're gonna study. We're gonna study. We're gonna study the periodic table. That's the whole point. That's why private schools, they're restricted for a reason. It's because they're teaching you actual valuable content, valuable knowledge, real world how to knowledge, how to navigate this world, how to invest. Hedge funds, private equity. There's a reason why it's secretive. There's a reason why they talk in a special kind of lingo. I've never been to business school. I don't have any college credits. I'm a college dropout. But I studied. The information's free. It's free. You know how many hours of content I watched just this morning? It's everywhere. But people watching cat videos, people are going to public school and they're having gym class, and they're having pottery and gender studies. I'm like, yeah, our kids are going to be poor because they're being taught by poor people. If your parents were poor, why are you asking your parents for advice on how to get rich? Your parents work a 9 to 5. Your parents work a 9 to 5. Your parents are on food stamps. Your parents are in Section 8. Why are you asking them how to get rich? Why are you asking your teachers how to invest when they make 30 grand a year? They're barely paying rent. They're barely eating. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's the point. The people who are in charge, the names that you don't know, yeah, it's by design. Like, if we can get poor people to teach the kids their own belief systems, then we'll just get more workers. We'll get more Amazon workers, more McDonald's workers, more Chick-fil-A workers, more bowling alley workers, more skating rink workers, more factory workers. 12s, 16s. Yeah, we need y'all working. So yeah, I don't have an issue with children. My children will be well behaved. My children will be wise. My children will have advantages because they have a father. They have a father. The hard part about having children is the woman I choose. That's probably the hardest part about having children, is that I have to pick a high quality woman. High quality, not just beautiful. That's one thing the Dominican Republic and Colombia has taught me, is that beautiful women are everywhere. They are not scarce. They are highly desirable, but they are not scarce. They are more than abundant. More than abundant. They're everywhere. I struggle to find ugly women. I struggle. So beauty is not a qualifier for Mrs. Isaiah at all. There's a floor. There's a floor. But in terms of just, I'm going to pick the prettiest girl I can find. The prettiest woman I've ever seen in my lifetime. I kid you not. The most beautiful woman I've ever seen worked at a gym in Santa Marta, Colombia. The most beautiful one. Like, she looked like what I would imagine Eve looks like. Beautiful. Beautiful. She works at a gym. Works at a gym. And she don't got all the long eyelashes and BBL. Like, none of that foolishness. No long nails. None of that foolishness. She looks like a normal girl. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, this is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. If only I could speak Spanish fluently. Thankfully, my Spanish has increased greatly since then. But yeah, beauty is not a reason to marry anyone. Oh, he's handsome and oh, oh, it's not a reason to marry anyone or get pregnant by anyone or to impregnate anyone. No, it's not a reason. It's a great additive. It's gravy on a biscuit. It's butter on Popeye's biscuit. But no, absolutely not. And so yeah, my children, I hope to be taught by a wise woman, an elegant woman, an intentional, virtuous, admirable, a woman of quality, a woman of quality. And I hope to be the same. A man who is reliable, integrity, integrity, character, discipline, consistency rather. Yeah. So yeah, children are not the enemy. It's just parents rush into there's so much riding on parenthood, and a lot of people just don't realize the gravity. I think my parents. Shout out to my mom in the chat. I'm grateful to my parents. Oh my goodness, I don't tell them this often, but the way they set me up for life, the way they set me up for life, having a father in my life. My dad posted a reel yesterday on Instagram. He sent it to me. He was riding his boat. I was so happy for him. I'm like, yo, my pops didn't have a father. He died before, I think, before he was born. And to now see my pops, as well as he's living now, I'm grateful. Love that for him. But I also look at my own life and like the wisdom that my mom taught me. Get somewhere and sit down. That's what I do. All this time I haven't been on live. What have I been doing? I get somewhere and sit down. I went to a coffee shop this morning. Get somewhere and sit down. I people watch. I read. I study. But yeah, clubs and bars and strip clubs and like, trust me, the lustful side of Ray loves all of that foolishness. Loves it. The lustful side of Ray misses weed. The addicted side of Ray, trust me, a nice little combo, a little crossfade, a little glass of wine, a little scotch, a little cigar, a little 3.5, a little hybrid. You understand? Sometimes sativa hits the spot. Sometimes you get a little indica to sleep, and then nicotine, so you just kind of mix it all, and then the chemical reactions are just amazing. But yeah, my parents taught me everything I needed to succeed in life and some. And it's why I enjoy. My life is not perfect. Trust me. I still have a ton of improvement to pursue in terms of relationships, in terms of discipline, in terms of consistency. In terms of financial literacy. I'm still learning. Still learning. There's some things they couldn't teach me because they didn't know. They still don't know. I still got to convince my dad to study Bitcoin. I still got to talk to my mom, study Bitcoin. So study Bitcoin so you can tell your nieces and nephews about Bitcoin as they become older and maturing. So you can teach them about Bitcoin. So you can give them Bitcoin. You can gift them Bitcoin. You can set them up a wallet. Yeah, the parents got to know first. So yeah, Parenthood. I put a lot of gravity and a lot of emphasis on being very slow to enter that. I'm like, slow down. There's no rush. There's no rush. Just having aimless sex just because people are beautiful, it's not a good reason. The most beautiful women are carrying some of the most dangerous diseases, and you cannot tell by looking at them. You cannot tell by looking at a woman if she's going to rob you or not. I'm telling you, men are flooding down to Colombia left and right and getting robbed. Getting robbed. They're waking up at 2 a.m. and the room's empty. She's gone. All your stuff is gone. All your passports, your wallet's gone. Your IDs are gone. Your keys are gone. Your cell phone, your laptop, your clothes are gone. They took your shoes. They took your watch, credit cards. They clean you out because you needed 15 minutes of pleasure. I'm not against pleasure. I love pleasure. But yeah, too much pleasure, it destroys you because it misguides you. It's not that pleasure is wrong, it's that the pursuit of pleasure, the pursuit of pleasure. I've noticed that the more I delay pleasure, the more I delay gratification, the more pleasure I get in the future. I kind of like that equation. It works out better. It works out better.